Tom Sawyer, mean, mean pride.
Okay guys, I know I've been holding off on making a video for about a week or so, and that's because I knew I'd be going game hunting this weekend. And this, of course, is my recent pickups video from all the stuff that I acquired this week. And as you can see, I have a pretty nice bag of stuff here from some pawn shops that me and my dad hit up earlier today. And some two other items that I got earlier this week as well. So I'll start off with those two items I got from the Salvation Army that's just down my street. And I thought that these were really interesting because the pricing was just completely backwards as compared to, you know, other stuff I buy from them. And these are two boxed NES games. We have Baseball and 3D World Runner. And the reason why I say that they're completely backwards is because that I bought Sesame Street 1, 2, 3 from them like a couple of weeks ago. And that was $2. To get, you know, two boxed NES games for only 99 cents a piece, I mean, someone probably really goofed up on the price or something. I really can't say, but, you know, hey, that's pretty cool. You know, even though, in a way now, I kind of feel like I got gypped on that Sesame Street game, but, you know, $1 for some boxed NES games, I mean, that's definitely not bad. And by the way, too, before I move on, Baseball right here has the instruction manual with it, but unfortunately 3D World Runner does not have the instructions and it doesn't have the 3D glasses. I was really hoping that it would, but it doesn't, so that kind of sucks. But I'm hoping that in the future I can, you know, find a manual online for really cheap somewhere or something to, you know, replace it. Alright, and the other stuff I got here was from two pawn shops that me and my dad hit up earlier this morning. You know, we really wanted to do some game hunting this weekend. Really didn't feel like going to any reseller store or anything like that, so we tried to hit some garage sales and pawn shops and thrift stores, and little did I know, there's two pawn shops that have some really, really good stuff here. So let's go ahead and show you. I've been really hungry to get some Super Nintendo games because I haven't gotten any in such a long time, and honestly I really don't care how crappy these games are, you know, just the fact that they were only $1 a piece, I mean, I just couldn't pass these up. And this is Cliffhanger, and as you can see it was only $1. Yeah, there's Cliffhanger there. And the other one I've heard of, this is a computer game as far as I understand it, and this is Populous for only $1. And there is the label for Populous. I've heard some things about that. I heard it's like a military strategy game, and I heard that it was for the PC back in the early 90s, but I'm going to have to look more into that, because it sounds interesting, but, you know, it might be $1 for a reason. It might be a really bad game for all I know. So I'll have to take a chance and see what it's like. Two N64 games. This one here, I'm surprised was only $1. I thought that this would be a pretty good game, and this is Excitebike 64. I can't believe this was only $1. I thought it'd be worth just a little more than that, but hey, $1 for Excitebike 64? Really can't complain. I mean, it's Excitebike. Everyone loves that. And this other game here I thought I got for a really great deal, and it came with the instruction book, and this is GoldenEye 007. Feel very pleased that I now own a copy of my own of GoldenEye, because I've never played it before and I always wanted to, and I've always seen it, but I've never wanted to pay full price for this, because it always goes for, you know, more than 20 bucks sometimes, because everybody wants it. And I also got the instruction manual with it, you know, which I think is pretty cool. It's only $5 for, you know, the game and the instructions, so I thought that was pretty nice. And the rest of the stuff here is some NES stuff that I wanted to get. I got myself a new controller. This was only $3. The guy didn't even have a price tag on it. I asked him, you know, how much is your controller, because, you know, I want to get these things whenever I can find them cheap. Asked him how much it was. He really didn't know, so I offered him, you know, $3 for it, and he took it. So, you know, $3 for a new NES controller, you know, it's pretty good. You know, even though I'm sure I could probably, you know, get it for even less than that, you know, $3 I don't think was really too bad, and I want to take new NES controllers whenever I can get them, because I'm such a, you know, I'm so focused on collecting for the NES, then, you know, whenever I can find consoles and accessories and controllers for cheap, whenever I find them, you know, I just want to snag them up because, like I said, I collect for the NES the most. We have 4 NES games here that I picked up. All these here were $3. Only one of them here has an actual price tag on it, which I think is pretty funny. We have Renegade, which I have heard of. I think it's a Double Dragon ripoff as far as I understand it, so it'll be interesting to try that out. We have Abadox, The Deadly Inner War, and this is the only game that has the price tag on it, and as you can see it's $3. We also have a 1943 ripoff, I believe, and this is Sky Kid. I've never seen gameplay of this, but just from the front cover and from what I hear, I'm thinking that this is going to be a 1942, 1943 ripoff, but I'll have to try it out and see for myself. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking it's a top-down shooter like, you know, 1942 or something. And the last game we have here, thought that this was the best NES game I got today. This is Tecmo Super Bowl. This is another game, you know, it's along the same lines as GoldenEye 007, where I've always seen it, but I've never wanted to pay full price for it, because for a sports game, this is pretty expensive. So, you know, for getting it for $3, I thought that it was about time I finally had a copy of Tecmo Super Bowl. So, thought that I did really good today getting some stuff. Real quickly, though, I'll just go through a recap here to show you everything that I got over this past week. We have a boxed 3D Roadrunner, no manual. We have a complete unboxed baseball for the NES, a new NES controller, 4 NES games, Tecmo Super Bowl, Sky Kid, Abadox, and Renegade. We've got 2 N64 games, one of which is GoldenEye 007 with the instructions, and Excitebike 64, along with 2 super bad, as far as I understand it, and 2 super cheap Super Nintendo games, Cliffhanger and Populous. So, that is my recent pickups video, guys. I hope you really enjoyed. I'll get back to my standard videos that I do during the week now that I finally have this video out of the way. So, I hope you guys really enjoyed, and as always, guys, have a great day.